So hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you all are doing well. This is Abhishek on the other side. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, do subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon in order to get the latest notification first. So without much further ado, let's start out this video. So today we are gonna solve jump game. Now it is a medium level question from LeetCode. The problem states that you are given an integer array nums. You are initially positioned at the array's first index and each element in the array represents your maximum jump length at that position. So we are given an integer array now, so right, and the starting position for this array is the first index. Now each element of this array actually represents the maximum jump length that you can take from that particular position, right? So we need to return true if you can reach the last index or false otherwise. So we need to return true if we can reach the last index, right? So here last index is our target element, right? So let's understand this question with an example. So let's consider this array. So we are given an array which contains integers as 2 comma 3 comma 1 comma 1 comma 4, right? So currently we are at index 0, right? And our target index is this, right? Is this 4 element. Now what we need to do, we need to check from this index we can reach to this index or not, right? So from 2 we can reach to 3, right? We can either reach to 3 or we can reach to or we can jump to this index that is 2, right? So let's say that we jump to index 1. So if we jump to index 1, the maximum jump we can take from index 1 is actually 3, right? So from index 1 we can either go to index 2 or we can go to index 3 or we can go to index 4, right? So we can see that from this index we can reach to index 4, right? And hence we are returning true over here. So let's consider this example. So in this example we are given an integer array as 3 comma 2 comma 1 comma 0 comma 4, right? So this is currently the starting index and this is your ending one. So from index 0 we can either move to jump to index 1 or we can jump to index 2 or we can jump to index 3, right? So let's say that we jump to index 1. Now from index 1 we can jump to index 2 or we can jump to index 3, right? So these are the two possible jumps we can take. So let's say that from index 0 we jump to index 1. If we jump to index 1, that from this index we can actually jump to index 2, right? So let's consider that from 3 we jump to index 3, right? So from index 0 we can see that we have gone to index 3 now, right? But index 3 has an integer as 0, right? Which means that we can't move forward. So there is no possible combination through which we can go to this target element, right? And hence we have written 4. So now let's understand the algorithm for this. So let's consider this integer array, right? So currently this is our starting position and this is our target position, okay? So currently we are at index 0. So let's take a variable as steps, okay? Now this variable is going to tell me the number of steps we can take, okay? The maximum number of steps we can take from that particular index. So currently we are at index 0, right? And the maximum jumps we can take from this index is actually 2. So let's consider these steps will be 2, right? Now over here we are actually trying to implement the greedy approach, right? Greedy approach. Now in this greedy approach what are we going to do? We need to make these steps as max as possible. Okay, so let's see how we can achieve. So let's see how we can solve this problem using this greedy approach. So currently our I is over here. Now we are going to move this, increment this I to this position, to index 1, right? So currently our I at index 1. So at index 1, now since we have moved from 0 to index 1, right? So we need to decrease our steps, right? Or the jumps, you can say, by 1, right? Because we have moved from 0 to 1, right? And hence we need to decrease it by 1. Now at index 1 we have 3 as the element, right? Now we are using greedy, right? So we need to find which one is maximum between 1 and 3. It is 3, right? So we are going to update it to 3. Now again we are going to increment this I. Now I will be currently pointing to this, to index 2, right? So again we are moving from 1 to 2, right? And hence we are going to decrease it by 1. Okay, so currently the number of remaining jumps we can take from this index is actually 2, right? But the element, but the maximum jump we can take from this index 2 is actually 1, right? And the maximum between 2 and 1 is actually 2, so it will remain as it is. Okay, now again we are going to increment this our I, right? So now our I will be currently pointing to 3. Now then we are going to decrement it by 1, right? And hence we are left with 1. Now what is the maximum between 1 and 1? It is 1. Okay, no problem. Now again we are going to increment it by 1. Okay, again we are going to increment our I by 1. So now our I is currently pointing to last index, right? And and our last index is nothing but our target element, right? And hence we have reached our target element, right, from the start, from index 0, and hence we are going to return true. Now let's see a different example where our answer would be false and try to use this algorithm in that problem. So let's take this integer array, right, which contains elements 3, 2, 1, 0 and 4. So currently our I will be over here, right, and this is our target element, right. So let's take a variable steps or jumps, you can say, same thing. Okay, steps. Now since our I is currently pointing to this element, to element 3, so our steps will be also be 3, right. Now next what we are going now next what we are going to do, we are going to increment this I, right. So we are going to increment this I to index 1, right. Now this I is pointing to element 3, now this I is pointing to element 2. So we have moved from 0 to 1, right, and hence we need to decrement it by 1, and hence our remaining after subtraction will be left with 2. Now what is the maximum between 2 and 2? It is 2, so it will be remain as it is, and then we are again going to increment it by 1. Now we are pointing to index 2, right. Now again we are going to subtract it by 1, right. Now what's the maximum between 1 and 1? It is 1, right, so will remain as it is. Now again we are going to increment this I by 1, and hence it will point it to index 3, and then we're going to subtract this by 1, and hence we are left to 0. Now what's the maximum between 0 and 0? It is 0. Okay, now when we move to index 4, what will happen? This 0 will be subtracted by 1, right, and hence we have got something, a negative number, right, which is less than 0. Now if our steps becomes less than 0, we are going to return false. Now why we are going to return false? So let's see. From 3, the maximum index we can go is this index, right? That is index 0, right? That's the maximum jump we can take from index 0, right? From index 1, the maximum jump we can take again is this index, right? Index 3. From 2, the maximum jump we can take again this index, right? So from so we can see that from each of these three indexes, the maximum jump we can take will lead me to this index, that is to index 3, right? And hence there is no way we can go to index 4 from 0, right? because because our number of steps is becoming negative. So if there is no jumps are left in this variable, so then how can we reach to index 4, right? Not index 4, even if there is other elements like 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that, we can't reach to them, right? Because our steps has become negative, right? So now let's try to implement this algorithm in code. So let's first declare a variable which is steps, okay, and let's initialize it to nums of 0, right? Now let's move from I equals to 1 up to I equals to nums dot size, okay, and let's increment this I by 1, right? Now each time we move, we need to decrease this steps by 1, right? Then we need to see whether nums of I is greater than the steps. If it is greater, then we need to update our steps to nums of I, right? And if our steps, okay, now if our steps becomes negative, yeah, becomes less than 0, right? Then we're gonna return false, right? And if it doesn't return, if it doesn't return false, we're gonna return true, which means that we can reach from starting to the ending position. Now let's run this code. See, it's accepted, right? Now the time complexity for this algorithm will be big of n, where n is the number of elements of the array. The reason it is big of n because we are traversing through this nums array only once, right? And while the space complexity for this algorithm will be big of 1 because we are not using any extra space over here. So I hope that you like this video. If you like this video, do give a thumbs up to the video, share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon in order to get the latest notification first. So I'll see you in my next video.